Hello, friends. It's me, Aggie, with Agnes Friedlander Studio. Welcome to my studio. Today, I want to share with you this recent painting and class that I did for my signature membership, The Painter's Journey. This is called Sparkly Chandelier. And I have already done a couple of painting sessions in this class, but here today I'm taking you into, I think this was video 3 of the painting process, where we go starting getting into the nitty-gritty details. Well, actually we're blocking in color, but what I mean to say about details is we're using a smaller brush and we're starting to build in the background values. We're kind of blocking in those warm tones that you see. You need to have those back there, and what you're going to notice later on is that when we put the dark chandelier arms in front of all those warm tones, it really comes alive. Very often you just have to trust the process, right? So I think that's the value that taking lessons provides, is that you're seeing it done, you're seeing the process, you're seeing the ugly stage and how the instructor is bearing through those difficult stages and how to actually paint your way out of those ugly stages. So I'm going to try my best to give you, a good idea of what we do typically in our paintings and how I paint. Typically, like most acrylic artists, I work in layers and I work from background to foreground. Depends on the painting, but typically that's usually the way it goes. And this particular video that I'm sharing with you is step 3 from the class. I'm sharing videos 3 and 4. So I'm going to try my best to narrate this and give you an understanding of the thought process. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it'll give you a rough idea of, what I try to teach and what I'm thinking about. So what we're doing here is, this is a complex design. There are so many different values and brush strokes going on at the same time. And what I try to do is think of it in terms of whatever colors I've got on my palette, I'm trying to put those down in the areas where they belong. And so I walk that color around in all different parts of the painting: foreground, background, cool areas, warm areas. And that is going to make the whole thing harmonize. It's very important that you have your color mixes figured out and that you're comfortable changing them on the fly, kind of mixing them on the painting like I'm doing right there. And, when you lay down one dab of paint and then quickly mix another color and brush into that previous color, you get a nice blend. And that seems to be something a lot of students are always preoccupied with, blending. In this painting, I designed this class to kind of force students to not worry about blending so much, to lay down color and leave it alone. If you can learn how to do that, lay down a brush stroke, be confident, lay another brush stroke down next to it. If you want to blend it a little bit, yes, good, but let it be. Sometimes what happens is the viewer is going to blend it in their mind, in their mind's eye. They blend it all together and they know what's going on. So anyway, I'm kind of working from top to bottom as well, as you can see, and pretty much what you see there is pretty much, going to stay that way in that center of the chandelier. I don't think I go back in and add much more than that, because I am a glass and resin artist. I love embellishing my paintings with hand-cut glass, and I teach that in the membership too, of course. So I am going to wind up adding glass over a lot of this painting, and so it doesn't have to be, thoroughly, completely painted out. There you go. There you see When we add those dark arms in, it just really brings that forward, and it all starts to make sense what we're looking at. And I have to tell you, this was very loose from my typical style, and I had so much more fun painting looser like this. And I think that you will too. If you can allow yourself to get loose and free, you're going to paint more and you're going to have more fun doing it. You kind of have to with a painting like this that has so much going on. There I was talking a little bit about glass and making a few points about what you need to consider in all those crystals as you're painting it. So another thing I'll point out is that sometimes I'm using saturated color and sometimes I'm using grays, desaturated color. And that is what is going to make this painting work. You can see on my palette how I'm desaturating the colors. I'm using complementary colors. I'm mixing those colors together to get those grays. And it works so, so well. It truly does. The other thing that we're using on this is metallic paint. I love incorporating metallic paints in, and if you use a gold metallic pen, it just makes the job so much easier. So that's what I did. You can see some of the shiny gold outlines here and there, and I think that also made it so interesting, this painting. So if it's your first time watching on the channel, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. I have had this channel for quite a while, and I'm slowly building it. I'm trying to up my game. I'm trying to add more long form videos like this one, and add sound and narration and all that good stuff. But I am still pretty new to this. But I hope to do better. I'm learning as I go. And there you can see, you can kind of push and pull the background values wherever you need to. And that will make the crystals pop out even more. So let's see, I'm not sure how far along we are, and this is a 24-minute video that I'm sharing with you, so I might just kind of not talk too much for a while and let you enjoy. Now there you see me using another paint pen. If you wanted to, you can incorporate, several different paint pens on a complex painting like this. It really helps. If you'd like to learn how to paint this painting, I don't offer it as an individual a la carte class for sale on my website. It is only available if you join my membership. When you join the Painter's Journey, all of the classes are included. There are about 300 classes. I've had the membership for 5.5 years, and it's a great group of ladies. I really love my members. So yeah, what I wanted to share with you is that the membership is $47 a month. It's a subscription. You can cancel anytime when you join on the monthly plan, and you can join by visiting AGNESFriedlanderstudio.com. You'd have immediate access, and we also include a private Facebook group, of course, and PDF workbooks, downloads. We do all kinds of fun things. I help you get started if you want to sell your art, and then we also have a private messenger chat group. So, if you want to quick, share some quick stuff with people, you can just pop it in Facebook Messenger and chat with people. Sometimes it gets lonely being in the studio all day. We've got members that are retired and some that are not. They're still working, and this is their side gig. Maybe they're hoping to have some form of an art business when they retire. So it's really a great time to be an artist. It truly is. There's never been a better time, in my opinion. So at any rate, that's my pitch. I would love to have you join us. I would love to have you check out the classes and grow as an artist. My philosophy is never give up. Try working with different classes, try different mediums, try different subjects. Find out what brings you joy. I will say glass and resin, adding glass has brought so much joy to myself and to the members. We just love it. We call ourselves glass hunters. So at any rate, like I say, I don't know where I'm at in the timeline here. I'm recording this voiceover on my iPad, and I'm using iMovie, and I can't see ahead I can't see on the timeline where I'm at. So this might just abruptly end. Please don't be mad at me if it does. I'll be quiet and let you enjoy for a little while longer. Now, I thought I'd mention I am talking the whole time, pretty much, and I'm explaining what I'm doing and why I'm doing it when I'm teaching. I love doing that, and my classes are live, so you can ask questions, but if you can't make the live, you can watch the replay and you can still ask questions, and I do follow through and get back to folks. You have to tag me, though. You have to make sure you tag me. Otherwise, I may not know that you had a question in that classroom. So I like what that's doing, softening that background up just a little bit more to give the foreground more push forward. And sometimes I like using my finger to blend. Sometimes that's the very best tool, right? But you see, what's interesting is that sometimes, it's okay to not blend. You don't have to blend as much as you think. And look how much that pops when we add a little bit more of a light color right up against the darker colors. It's amazing what that does. All right. Oh, well, that was all just part 3. So here we are on another day, and we are in the last step, the last phase of the painting. Very often, what I try to do when I'm teaching is I try to keep it, around an hour or less, depending on the complexity of the class. And I think that first session did run quite a while, so I don't want to tire people out too much. They say that you're not supposed to do that. So here in part 4, we're basically looking for what areas need a final tweak, what areas did I not paint in at all, and sometimes I ask myself, well, do I even really need to paint all of that in there? A lot of times you can leave things out. You'd be surprised. And that's what's really cool about being an artist, is that you get to decide all of those things. You're in control of all of it. Again, that brown paint pen is coming in super handy. So I wanted the left side to have a little bit more paint strokes and more things visible than on the right side. I didn't want to be a slave to the reference image. I wanted to leave some of it up to your imagination to fill in. Because let's face it, if you wanted to paint a chandelier very realistic looking, it would be quite time consuming. I don't think it would be as fun. I just don't. It would be very, very complicated and probably too intimidating for most people. I know the members were very excited by this concept when they first saw it, because it's a very complex subject, but the style of it is such that I think anybody could paint this, honestly. But, if you'd like to know, exactly how I did it, we'd love to have you in the class. So just continuing to fill in some of those crystals, darkening up the background here and there. And now I'm using a blue paint pen, and I'm deciding which crystals I want to make pop. And they really pop. Isn't it amazing what that does when you add that saturated color with... Now those are sharp edges, so that's going to attract more attention. So you could soften those edges. You can come back in with another, paint mixture and soften those edges, or not. And it's important, I know you know this if you've watched videos on painting, you really do need to stand back every once in a while and just assess, just see what you see from a distance. So as we get close to where we think we are done, we want to correct anything that's just blaringly needs correction, fix any areas where we have, gone off course, if the drawing doesn't look right and things like that. Here, I took a photo. And again, sometimes I'll take a day and come back to it with fresh eyes, and I'll see things I didn't see the day before. So here I'm adding in like final crystals, and then, final highlights, my final little tweaks. As I painted over areas, I lost some of the shiny gold metallic, so I added that back in with that gold paint pen. I don't know, it seems like we're just about there, doesn't it? This is looking so pretty. I'm not going to really show you the glass. That's going to, that was done in a separate video. I think at the end of this, I do start adding some glass. Here I'm using, I was drying the paint because I probably am ready to start putting glass on. So we're probably getting close to the end of this video. Okay, yes. I think I was trying to show them a little bit more stuff. Oh, there I'm sharing the photo and how to edit the photo. Okay, so here we go. I'm starting to add some gold metallic glass, and boy, it's so much fun. It's so easy to nip hand-cut pieces of glass and add them to your painting. And it's so fun. It's so fulfilling. And I had a few different options for the actual candle light at the top, which I think you are going to see on this video. I think I'm going to start adding that now. But what's really cool about this piece is all the beautiful gold metallic that you can incorporate into it, and that really gives that wow factor. And again, you decide how much or how little glass you want to add. You could even just simply, resin it. It's like the resin just makes it so, so gorgeous. Really brings out the colors and makes it so rich looking. Of course, if you didn't want to use resin, you can always use, varnish. That varnish is amazing too, what it does to a painting. So I am painting on a wooden substrate. It's a cradled wood panel, gallery depth. And I'm trying to remember the size. I think this is 20 by 20. Okay, so I wind up not really liking those crystal beads, but I thought they were so perfect. It's what, believe it or not, that is what inspired the project in the first place. But I wound up feeling like they were just a little, I don't know, they just weren't quite right. They didn't feel quite right to me. Maybe mostly because they were pretty silver looking and there's so much gold in this painting. It just didn't seem to harmonize enough. So you'll see I wind up using gold metallic for that instead. Hand cutting some gold metallic glass for that. I think that's coming up now. There we go. So doesn't that look so much better? You're starting to see me put in some gold metallic glass, and I just think it looks a lot better. It just goes with it.
Of one side, so I'm going to cut this off, and then that'll lay flat.
And this really didn't require a whole lot of special glass. I teach you where to source your glass, how to cut your glass, and all of that in the membership. There you can see it a little bit closer. You can really see those hand-cut pieces of gold metallic glass and how pretty they look on there. That may not be the exact position. It's just kind of a rough blocking in, if you will, for now. But again, I was in teaching mode as I was filming this. I was just showing student members, what their options might be for embellishing their painting. And there you can see a much better look at how I painted the crystals and the hanging strands. I don't know what they're called. So I think we are close to the end.
All right, you guys. See you on the next one. Bye.
I had so much fun with this. See you later. Thanks for watching.